Hello, good morning. This is Frank School, 6-year, 90th day, first video, and it's actually, in a way, part two, in a way, of what I showed yesterday. Now I want to talk about what happened when I went over to the women's class uh, at the jail. And oh, cats are going to fight maybe. It's a lot the same, so in a way I should be able to go faster, but it certainly isn't the same. The words are different. But I started the same, set up that little chapbook with a table of contents, dedication, stuff like that. And I'm practiced, so I should do it a little bit better. And I think I did. I remembered some stuff with the second try that day. But anyway, I got to the part where we're going to actually begin the taking in of words. And we wrote down here beginneth the book of the tallies of Canterbury. I actually got that too far, and said, we'll strike out Canterbury. I didn't mean that to be there. And it was in quotes, and we put a little footnote down there. But the thing is, I stumbled then because I didn't know what I was going to call this. I didn't want to call it Words 2 because that would suggest that, I don't know, the men's class was more important or something, which was not. I didn't know what to say. I said, words with a feminine touch, chick words. I didn't know what to say. Here beginneth the book of. So I just finally, after I got home, I thought I'm going to call it Words Plus because it's the same, but now it's plus because we have more. Now we're going to what the women did. So we created a footnote, which I didn't write in there because I'd shown that already. All right, then after all that, I said, does anybody have a word? And a woman did. She said avaricious. She didn't say it because I think she wasn't sure how to say it, but she spelled it. And I said, a context, do you have that? Yep. A proud and avaricious man, and she went on. As a matter of fact, she read the whole, a longer context, the whole sentence. And I now have it memorized. She said, a proud and avaricious man is never at rest, but the poor and humble man enjoys the riches of peace. And she read that, and I sat there like just kind of staring blank because I understood exactly what she'd said because I know what avaricious meant. I've never heard those words before, and I sort of think I said, wow. Because sometimes I think I have an occupational hazard of having been around two words too much, and they go straight to the heart. So anyway, I shortened it, and I said, a proud and avaricious man. That'll be enough. And then we looked at it, how many syllables, which one is stressed, and I think I remember to do this. Avaricious man, there's the stressed syllable. We double underlined that. What kind of word is it? And I went through the thing, the words name, or they show action, or they describe, and they decided it was describing in this. And then I said, what's an adjective then? So we what's it mean? Well, of course, she said, I don't know. They don't have a dictionary available. The women have a separate library, but apparently there's no dictionary in that library either, not yet anyway. Well, I said I had a dictionary. I brought the same one that I had carried into the men's class, and I could have stopped and looked it up. But I said, I'll save us time. I know what the word means. And so I said, it means greedy, but for money. Greedy for money. And so we wrote that down. And then I said, can anybody put it in a sentence? And, one woman said right away something about Donald Trump was an avaricious man or something. And I said, yeah, I thought the same thing, but we better leave politics out of this. That'll be a distraction. So, and one said, my husband is an avaricious man. I thought, well, okay, yeah, that's right. They don't have to be true, these sentences. Just show me you can use it. We got that word. Where did you get the word? I think I said to the woman, and well, I know I did. And she said, well, the same book I told you about, Imitation of Christ, by Thomas Kempis. She even had the year, 41. So we did that footnote. And I say two because we already had the one. And then I sort of made the mistake of saying, would you read that context to me again? And she did. The proud and avaricious man is never at rest, but the poor and humble man enjoys the riches of peace. And once again, like that. Later on, I got home and I looked it up and I found it online, and now I know more about the book. But she's got a gem there. It's an important book too. Anyway, we went on. How about another word? And well, she said, I've got another one. I don't think the other ones, I don't know if any of the other women did have one there. Ardent. And it was something like, though ardent to rise, I think was it. And it came from the same place. And I said, okay, I'm not sure how we came up with adjective. Time was so short. And I got to get over that. I got to get used to the fact that I've got 45 minutes. Sometimes they get started late, or we get started late. And, I just got to get over that. It seems so short. But anyway, if I had 2 days a week, it would be, I think, perfect. But I don't. Anyway, ardent, anyone know what it means? Which is the stressed syllable? Ardent. It's adjective. And once again, I knew the word. I said, I'll just tell you what it means. It's passion. I said a lover can be ardent. He's an ardent lover. And one of them came up with the word passionate. And I said, yeah, that works, passionate, or maybe fierce. Fierce isn't so good. But I think they understood it. I said often you say an ardent prayer, a passionate prayer you have, ardent. Footnote, where did we get this? She really should be in quotes, and the same source. Well, 3, and I was able to teach him Ibid. Said, well, if it's the same as above, we don't have to write all that out. We'll just write down Ibid. And by now, on the abbreviations page, we had translated from Latin. We had abbreviation for translated. We had one for from, and we recorded them on the page in capital L for Latin. Lowercase f here because otherwise it looks like French. So we're on our way here. And I had one of the women had been my student years, and well, I don't know how long ago because I lose track, but I've had probably 4,000 or 5,000 students, and it was so nice to see her. As I recall, she was a good student, and I had been fond of her, I think, and she sort of remembered that Ibid. She did once I said what it meant. She said, oh yeah, I remember that, and she remembered doing this experience and stuff. All right, then I said, can anybody put both of these words into a single sentence? And we got that in a sentence, and time was so short. They were pausing, and I said, here, I'll just give you one. The avaricious man was ardent in his quest for gold. That was my sentence. And I wouldn't normally do that, but time was so short. One other thing I'll tell you, I was able to give them a book as well. I had given the men, I'd left them a copy of Hoyle's Rules for Card Games. I told you about that. And I left them a copy of story poems collected by Louis Untermeyer. It's just a cheap book, really worth nothing because it was old and yellowed and all that, but a collection of really wonderful, wonderful poems. So they have that, and I thought, well, there'd be a source for words if they want. So I guess we're on our way. That's Werdz, first day of Werdz Plus. See you next time.